Imagine a battlefield drenched in blood, a healer facing the unknown. Long before modern medicine, ancient healers mastered techniques that would shape the future of science. From the battlefields of Rome to the royal chambers of Egypt, who were these forgotten doctors? What secrets did they unlock? And how did their knowledge survive through the ages? This is the lost science of ancient medicine. In the north, warriors followed a different path, one forged in battle where medicine was not studied in scrolls, but learned through blood and survival. The Viking Age, an era of conquest and chaos. But in the heart of war, knowledge was born. Their medicine was brutal yet effective, an instinct honed by generations. When steel met flesh, the first step was survival. Viking healers stitched wounds with animal sinew, their hands steady, even as warriors roared in pain. But infection was the real enemy. Without knowledge of germs, Viking healers relied on something just as powerful: nature, garlic, honey, and moss, potent weapons against death. A broken bone meant death on the battlefield. Yet Viking healers knew how to set fractures, using wooden splints and animal hide braces. Some even crafted primitive prosthetics. To fight again, warriors needed more than stitches. They needed strength. Viking healers prescribed a diet of fish, bone broth, and fermented foods to speed recovery. Their methods were harsh, their tools primitive. Yet their knowledge saved lives, lessons forged in battle, carried through generations, whispering in the wind of the north. From the battlefield to the healer's hands, Viking medicine was more than instinct. It was survival. This is the legacy of the healers of the north. In the heart of Rome's empire, war never stopped, and neither did the men who saved its soldiers, the medicus. Every battle brought new wounds, arrows piercing flesh, limbs torn apart. But one discovery changed everything: ligation, the art of stopping blood loss. For those who survived, a new battle began, the fight to walk again. Roman medics crafted prosthetics from wood, bronze, and leather, giving veterans a second chance at life. But the greatest test, the mind itself. Head injuries were common, and Roman doctors had to decide: operate or let fate decide. A wounded general, a deep chest wound. No time to think. The medicus must act now. The battle is over, but the lessons of Roman medicine endure, techniques that would shape surgery for centuries to come. They were more than healers. They were warriors of life, fighting not with swords, but with knowledge. This is the legacy of the medicus. Before the surgeons of war, there was a man who changed healing forever. His name was Hippocrates. In a world ruled by superstition, illness was seen as a curse from the gods. But one man dared to challenge this belief. He sought knowledge, not prayers. Hippocrates believed disease had natural causes. He studied fevers, wounds, and diets, searching for patterns, turning medicine into a science. He uncovered a revolutionary idea. The body was ruled by 4 humors: blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. Balance meant health, imbalance led to disease. His work faced resistance. The temple priests called him a heretic, but the results were undeniable. His patients recovered not through prayer, but through reason. But Hippocrates' greatest legacy? A promise, a code of ethics that every healer must follow. The Hippocratic Oath. His teachings spread beyond Greece, shaping the very foundation of modern medicine. His name, immortal. From temples of superstition to hospitals of science, he changed everything. This is the legacy of Hippocrates. In the heart of ancient Egypt, medicine was not just science, it was a sacred art, and its masters, the healers, held the power of life and death. Centuries ahead of their time, Egyptian doctors performed surgeries, trepanation, amputations, and even sutures crafted with catgut and palm fiber, but their greatest weapon, honey, the golden cure. More than just a sweet nectar, it sealed wounds, killed infections, and preserved life itself. These healers wrote their secrets in the oldest surviving surgical text, the Edwin Smith Papyrus, a scroll detailing head wounds, fractures, and even brain surgery. One fateful night, a royal guard arrives, carrying a dying noble, a deep chest wound, infection spreading fast. The healer must decide, cut or let him die. The noble survives, and the legend of Egypt's healers lives on. Their knowledge, their techniques, passed down through generations, shaping the medicine we know today. A civilization of wonders, built not just by warriors and kings, but by the hands of those who healed them. This is the legacy of the Egyptian healers. In the golden age of Andalusia, where knowledge flourished like the rivers of Cordoba, two minds would revolutionize medicine, one with wisdom, the other with precision. Ibn Sina, the philosopher-physician, did not see illness as a mystery. He saw it as a puzzle, one that could be solved through observation, logic, and science. But medicine was not just about knowledge, it was about action. And no one embodied that more than Al-Zahrawi, the master of surgery. Centuries before modern hospitals, Al-Zahrawi documented over 200 surgical instruments, scalpels, forceps, catgut sutures, all detailed in his masterpiece, Al-Tasrif. His work was not theory, it was practice. From complex amputations to the first caesarean section, Al-Zahrawi's hands shaped the future of surgery. Their knowledge spread beyond Al-Andalus, influencing the entire world. The canon of medicine became Europe's medical textbook for 600 years. Al-Tasrif's tools are still the foundation of surgery today. From Cordoba to the operating rooms of today, the legacy of Ibn Sina and Al-Zahrawi is still alive, etched in the hands of every healer, every surgeon, every life saved.